That's fine.
We're going to do a handful of these because they're quick and fucking easy. And they are worth an okay amount of money. So what we're going to wind up doing is going up here, and then we hit A to just depart.
It's like being in like a sandbox, like a Skyrim or a Breath of the Wild, and just going out and picking mushrooms. It's just calming. I guess if you think this is all that the game is, you'd get bored. But
yeah,
this is
and that's
clearly
the
not.
problem.
Oh right, you have to pick up the map, huh?
Yeah, I was debating on whether or not I even wanted to, but yes. So one of the things in this game is that you do have to pick up the map. Because this is the port of this, I can actually change the map on the whim from the smaller version up to the bigger version, which is nice. I can just do it by clicking down one of the sticks.
Loading zones between
between the areas, which is really, really not in world at all.
Yeah, no.
And they made a big fucking deal out of that. Some people still like the loading zones, some people don't. If there's a loading zone, it does mean that if you're hurt, you can run into a loading zone and heal yourself like crazy before running back in to fight a monster. I forget what these things are called, but I'm going to kill a couple anyway, just to show some stuff off. So, Greatsword has a different combo set in this game. You guys are going to see me using it a lot, so I'm going to just point it out. In World, the general sort of way that you do Greatsword is you've got your first hit, which can be charged, which is, you know, the whole... Hold on, it's the 1, 2, 3. It's the 1, 2, and then you let go on 3 to do the maximum amount of damage. And in World, what you do is you put the Greatsword out with that big hit, and then you hit back and the same button to do like an inverted swipe for it, which has like a 1, 2, 3 charge, and then you have a third charge level, which is another 1, 2, 3, and then you do a cartwheel. The traditional combo, which is what this game uses, is 1, 2, 3. Then you have to do this, pull back again, because you have to combo out of that. Do the second one, and then the third one's a single swipe, instead of being a cartwheel. It's faster. They're also exponentially more powerful. So this 1, 2, 3 here, sorry, let me do this, hold on. So 1, 2, 3 will set the base damage for the attack. There we got this, then we go into this, and 1, 2, 3 means that this one here has more damage than if we had dropped any of the levels throughout. Like that last hit, that is your true hit. That's your true charge. If you see me do it and there's like a big swipe of light in it, then it's the good version, because there is a terrible version of it.
Ooh, berries.
So,
berries for crafting bullets, right?
Yeah, kinda. So you're going to notice we also have no fireflies, so you kind of just have to learn where the items are and figure it out on your own, which is not that hard because these are PS2 graphics, so you're looking around and it's like, the items are pretty obvious. If you see something that looks like a bunch of flowers, that's probably an item. Yeah. These aren't. Let's see.
That's an herb.
There's an herb over here, and I think that's what we came in for, so we might get the herb that we want from this.
Yeah, and one gathering point will give you multiple possible items. Jelly?
It's jelly because these are the kinds of flowers that bees would be after.
Huh. Weird.
And you do have the thing from World where you can hold down the button to just do a constant check, as opposed to... It used to be that you'd have to hit the button every single time, and after you found something, you'd get up and then hit the button and then go down and pick things up again.
Yeah, that's how I remember it going.
Yeah, but you can hold it down in Generations, and it just does it nonstop.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I love these graphics, by the way. I get, like, a huge Monster Rancher 2 errantry vibe from everything. The polygon count is much higher, but the general vibe is the same, in that you've got kind of, like, you've got a room, essentially.
Yep.
An outdoors-themed room. But that means that the walls just kind of feel a certain way. And there's a lot of open space and bright colors. It's just very nostalgic. Oh,
I forget what these... Yeah, they barely hit it all. I forget what these things are called, but they do have a big...
Friends,
they got big horns on their heads that make 2D noises. Like...
We'll call them
You can see these? They're like brachiosauruses, but they're brachiosauruses that are also part horn.
They're hunted horns.
Yeah, something like that. They're haunted horns.
Because they're dead?
So after we bring all of our, like, meter up on a technique, we can do the technique. In that case, that was an evasion, so I didn't actually do anything but dodge. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just picking up raw meat for the time being. I will eventually need this. I don't need it right now, but I don't know.
Annoyed that it doesn't tell you what the corpse is named when you stand next to it to harvest.
Yep, that's something that World did and only World did.
Yeah, I know. But it was nice.
Yep, you can't turn when you've got the sword locked into a position, so if I do this charge, I can't pull it left and right. I am stuck with that direction. Which means that I have to dedicate myself to doing a combo in a very specific place. I have to know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, and these are
got a Laranoth hide.
If you kill the really, really big ones, like that one I just did, you can sometimes pick up hides from them. And I think their hides are used for specific kinds of armor as well.
You just went back to camp, was that correct?
No, I took a wrong turn. That was my bad. That was on me. I want to go out and find more of them ferns.
Yeah.
No slinger, obviously. There's nothing like that. Even with guns, I don't think you have full range of motion. I think you really just have forward and then a little bit of up and down.
Wild felines, by the way.
Yeah, wild felines exist. That's a thing. Oh no, they're super not friendly. These guys probably won't attack me if I'm not attacking them, but if something shows up that just fucks with them and pisses them off, they'll go right after me. And they got their little sticks that they'll try to beat me with, but then they've also got bombs that they'll pull out and just start tossing around like crazy.
Dead Kelby?
Yeah, but you can't carve it because it's a part of the scenery.
What the hell is a mope shroom?
I'm not sure. I don't immediately remember some of these mushrooms.
I don't think those were in Try.
I'm pretty sure that they were, but I don't remember what they do. I think they might be like sleep shrooms, but I'm not 100% sure. That's not a thing, even though it looks like it. That's a hole in the wall. I think that's where the cats come out if you kill any of them.
Okay.
Let's see here. What else is going on around here?
Catch a bug?
Oh, yeah, I could. Because I have my bug nets with me, I can catch some bugs.
An immortal moth?
Yep.
Bitterbug, that's useful.
Yes, it is. Bitterbugs are super useful. You will not find them just hanging out in the environment anymore and be able to pick them up.
Yeah, which was honestly very silly.
Carpenter bug, flash bug. So you get maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 uses out of a bug net. Sometimes you'll get really unlucky and it'll be like 1 fucking use. Like I've had that happen before where I go in with like 5 bug nets and I catch 5 bugs total. Yeah, look, I have to commit to swings with this.
Yeah, I know. And it's jumping and serpentine.
Kelbies are pretty strong. Well, they're not strong, but they're good at dodging.
Yeah,
they're fast.
They're very weak.
That's the word I'm looking for. So there you go. I was talking about it in World. That's the infamous: you knock a Kelby out, you don't kill it.
And then you just carve horn.
You can carve horn, or you can sometimes just carve their skin. No, that's a female.
Yeah, but it was super tiny.
Yeah, it's just a small female.
Okay.
So you can't actually kill them, you can just knock them over. And you can take their pelts, or their horns, or their livers, and then they just walk away.
Too
Raw
cute
meat?
to kill.
Raw meat?
Yeah. Just slicing it off the side. Just scraping some bacon.
I don't even know. It's absolutely baffling. And they took that out. It used to be you were able to kill Kelby. And then they changed it over time. Oh god, these bugs. I forget what these are called. I think it's ant something. I don't remember.
Oh, that's a weird bone
they're
pile.
just large carpenter ants, complete with like little straw hats. And if you let them go over to an item, they puff up like honeypot ants, and you can bust them up after that, and take rare items out of them. See? So they got up to that mushroom, and now I can kill both of them, and they'll drop shinies. Shinies in this game do not have a physical model. It's a literal, like, just a shiny there.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird that there was a physical model for things that are supposedly too small to see the details of.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases, yeah. I don't know. I liked some of the stuff that World implemented. This is just traditional Monster Hunter, though. This is just how Monster Hunter is.
Was.
Well, it might still continue to be honest. There's some debate on whether or not people preferred this or the other one.
Fair enough.
Gonna pick some honey up. I have plenty of honey back at camp. I just want to make sure that I have more resources than, you know, none at all.
So the bone pile we picked out of was like a single rib and some spine.
Yep.
Remind me, weren't the bone piles in Tri similar to the ones in World, where they were like just a full skeleton just sort of sunk into the ground?
So for this particular game, you're going to get a lot of variation and stuff like that. So here in the Jurassic Forest, picking up a bone pile might be some ribs and a spine, but then you're going to go to the next area, and the next area might have bone piles that are like entire bodies. Or maybe just a giant head for some weird reason.
Okay.
And there's mining points, but hey, guess what? I've actually ran out of space, so now I have to discard this item and make my way back to the fucking camp, where I cannot put items into my box that I can only access from the town. I can access the blue box here, and the red box doesn't work. That is to say, you can't go into the tent and then just get into your bottomless box that is in your house.
God, yeah, World made it so much easier.
You have to physically go there. The box that you want that is your house box is actually in your house. Yes, World made this game amazingly easy, which a lot of people complained about, and a lot of people still complain about because it's like very...
But it's tedious.
Heavily, like a heavy casualization of the game.
But it's not the parts that need to be hard.
Yeah, at the same time, a lot of it wasn't really the parts that needed to be hard.
Trudging back and forth with items isn't gameplay, it's just an annoyance, as opposed to the monster HP and hitboxes and the movesets and stuff.
A lot of people feel that it is better in this way to have the items be limited. Like, it's not a limit where it's literally like, oh, well, you come in here and you've got, you know, like, the ability to come back over here to the tent and then use your stuff. You can sleep here, by the way. It just gets rid of lights and other things. But a lot of people who were playing World or who didn't like World or stuff like that would make the argument that it does make it a little bit easier because you don't have a finite number of items. You have all of your items at all times. People argued that it is a mechanic like difficulty to only come in with specific numbers of items. In traditional games, anyway.
I just find it annoying.
Yeah, so
I don't play games to be annoyed.
Also, usually. You have to come back, sit down, and actually put the items into the box physically.
Do we have?
Let's see, we got 5 of these, and we have 6 of these. So we can put most of them in here. It'll clear up a couple of spaces.
But then we're going to need to go get more of this stuff. Also, why not talk to those cats? Is there a reason you're not talking to cats?
There's only one cat. Why are you using the plural?
Is that a Wyverian?
Yeah, that's a Wyverian.
Oh, okay.
That's just an old elder man.
I didn't get a good look at him.
Yeah. Welcome now. Don't see many folks around these parts. You lost or something, kid? I reckon this will serve you better than me. Hang on to it now, you hear? He'll always give you something random. There's like a set list of things that he'll give you, but it'll always be just one item from this list.
Okay. Cat.
Hold on. I want to get into the blue box, and I am going to take some rations. Because even though rations aren't super good, I want to use... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Shit. I can't cancel. Oh, well. I'm just gonna use some rations. Rations do not carry over from quest to quest. You get a specific number of them. Your max is up at the top, by the way. Health and stamina are gigantic in this comparatively.
Yeah, it's much more useful.
Can be useful, but it's probably not going to be super useful to me right now. But it was taking up a space, so I gotta... The transporter. If you've got something you've got to send home, then you've come to the right feline. Select it. So you can just deposit items, and he'll take them home for you.
That's nice.
That being said, you can't pick items back up, like, from your home. It's just like, if you want to get rid of a bunch of stuff because you have a bunch of stuff, it's like, yeah, do it this way.
Yeah, it's better than being saddled with it.
And yes, it is a specific number of them. You can't pick them up, I think. Oh, no, you can. There's a withdraw option. But it's like, yeah, if you've just got a bunch of items, hey, just, toss them in here. There you go.
Yeah,
so I'll just do that with a bunch of
then we can go out and discover things.
Exactly.
And some of those things were
Some of those are account items, which means they stay on you. No.
I think you just have to
click
deliver.
Yeah, deliver items. Yeah, and then once you do it, I think he leaves, so you can't do it anymore.
Well, I mean, at least they give you something.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But yeah, no, they give you a way to kind of drop off your items. Wait, what was I in the middle of saying? What was I? Oh yeah, account items. Account items stay in your account until the end of the hunt, and then they're tallied up for points. That's kind of how it works in World, too.
Yeah, it's a thing that they just want to give you credit for finding, but it's
they
not
take
like
up
a
space,
thing you
and
use.
that's all they really do.
Yeah.
There's no pets because there's no slingers or anything like that, so you don't really have to keep an eye open for anything like a weird pink rabbit or something like that. It's not really a thing.
Yeah, but it would have been nice.
There's a dead body over here I can't carve, but there's also a bone pile. Oh no, this is a dung pile.
What?
Oh, it's a bone pile that has dung in it, I guess.
A bone poop.
I guess. And I'm pretty sure that those are Vespoids, but they could be a different kind of bug. I'm not sure. Because there are multiple kinds of these.
Nope,
those are Bonabra instead. These are the bugs from Tri specifically, because Monster Hunter Generations is the game where they tried to basically take everything that people liked from all of the other games and sort of just put them into the same game. So you get things like Bonabra and Vespoids in the same game. Or I think Jaggies are in this, as well as Macaws, which are the exact same thing.
Do you have, like, Velociprey and stuff, too?
Velociprey might be in it. I'm not 100% sure.
And what was the thing for, like, Monster Hunter 2 or whatever?
Nothing. It was exactly the
just
same.
Velociprey.
Yeah, it was just Velociprey again.
Someone's mad.
Yeah, no, he's really angry. He's gonna knock me over.
Yeah.
I like that they sound so big and they look so cool and they're giant and all this. And then they actually do the hit, and the hit's like this tiny, tiny little hit.
Yeah. Well, they eat plants, so there's no way they could be strong.
Well, no. I mean, there are a lot of herbivore monsters that are super strong.
Yeah, it's just there's designated herbivores with, like, a capital H.
Yeah. Yeah, just, you have the Aptonoth and the whatever the hell that was.
Blarnoth, the Epionths and Tri.
Yeah. Anything that ends with Eoth, you're screwed as a monster. Don't even bother.
Lavasioth.
Yeah.
No, that one's a big one.
I think that's spelled different, though. I think that's spelled with an E.
I don't think it is.
I can't remember,
but whatever.
I don't know.
Trying to think of others. I can't think of... There's a lot of monsters. By the way, how many monsters are... Baroth, Barioth?
Yeah.
How many monsters are in this?
Okay, in Monster Hunter World, because I want to compare the two by pointing this out. Monster Hunter World, I believe, has about a little less than 24 monsters in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something... The number's... It's a very specific number. It's like 22, 23, something like that. This game has about 95 monsters in it. That's large monsters. That is not small monsters. Small monsters makes the number significantly larger.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's basically the game that I think currently has the most number of large monsters in it. So actually going out and hunting all of those large monsters is kind of a hassle, to be honest.
On the other hand, what World has going for it is that most of its monsters are new. So at least it's like 24 new monsters, excluding Radiant Rathalos,
Baroth, almost all of the Elder Dragons.
Yeah, but there's still a decent amount.
Speaking of Macaws.
Whose camp was this?
This is the abandoned camp. This is... Somebody was here before you, but now they aren't, because these Macau probably got to them.
They're basically, if you've been watching or playing Monster Hunter World, these are the Jagras, except instead of iguanas, they're
kind of
turkeys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. Sort of. I can't even think of what they would be an equivalent for, because World is this weird mishmash where they took things that they really liked and then ideas from Monster Hunter that they kind of didn't. I can't even think of any, like, small theropods in that game.
There aren't. Jagras is the closest you get, and it's less like a theropod and more just an iguana. Or an anole.
But then you if you want to argue, like, oh, well, the equivalent of Jagras, that would actually be, whatchamacallums. You know what I'm talking about.
Jaggies?
No. For Jagrases, for, like, quadrupedal... it would be Ludroths. And Ludroths, I believe, are actually in this game.
Ludroth are a little stronger.
No, they're about the same.
No, they're like the second minion you fight. They're more like a Gyros. They're a little bulkier.
I mean, kind of. Gyros are just Jagrases with poison, though. Or with paralysis, rather.
Yeah, Ludroths, I think they could do water blight, or maybe just the royal.
Ludroths couldn't do any kind of blight. They were all on their own.
They were stronger than a Jagras.
Hey, this is the mushroom place, by the way. Big old, thick, throbbing mushrooms.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how or what this place is. I remember from normal generations when I played it the first time.
Take a good look at those are Jaggies, aren't they?
Yeah, those were Jaggies.
Yeah, can we
they're Jaggies and... Well, not anymore, we can't. There were Jaggies and there are Macau in this game. There's both. There might be Jaggies in here somewhere, I don't know.
I would have liked to look at them. Oh,
Sorry.
Turn to the left, though. Is that a giant fossil?
Itch. To the left?
Yeah, just a giant fossil.
Ammonite, yeah.
Yeah.
The Monster Hunter world must have been a terrifying place in ancient times.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all sorts of these animals just fucking everywhere.
You gotta kill that fucking Venabra
Yeah, I'm
now.
planning
He's
on
got his size on you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bud.
No, he's a big dick. Big old jerk. It was easier with the slinger to be able to hit things that are flying like this.
Yeah, especially with like a greatsword, you're going to miss a lot. You're gonna wiggle around.
Yeah. The slinger was honestly kind of a godsend for the greatsword.
Yeah.
Because we had nothing for like hitting stuff like this. We have the one attack that greatsword does that's in the air is this one. And it's so slow and so precise. Like, it hits at that exact angle.
Yeah. Venabra do this thing where they wiggle back and forth.
Yeah, they'll come in and then pull back. That's kind of Vespoid behavior, too. They both do it.
Not as much. Venabra are more annoying with it.
They feel more annoying with it, but I think they do it just the same exact amount. I could be wrong,
know.
But...
I mean, it could have changed from game to game, because I don't recall them doing that much wiggling in World.
I don't know. I think they're also repelled if you carry around a torch, but nobody in this game ever carries around a torch. Because that is a waste of an inventory slot.
Well,
it's like the binoculars or the map in high rank.
I used to carry a torch around and try on occasion if I knew I was going into a cave that had Giggies in it, because they were scared of it.
Yeah, Giggies don't like the torch. Bonobras are totally
and they're clingy. They attach to you like lampreys and just
or
leeches, and they just suck on you. So it's like you want to keep them away.
Giggies and Giganox are not in here, by the way. That was one of the monsters that they cut out entirely. Ironically, that's one of the only monsters from Tri that like they don't use, who would have been completely viable in every game from that point onward. Would be Giganox, and they just completely skip over it. It's either you get in place of Giganox you get like what's its face?
Keizu?
Yeah, you get Keizu instead, or that's it. You get nothing, or you get Keizu. You don't get Giganox.
So Giganox is neat. It's got the armor set it makes is very vampire-ish, which is fun.
Yeah.
Giggies are just the baby form. They're cute. Like, you keep them off of you, and they're just little wiggly leech things, but they're so scared of the torch, it's endearing.
So normally these missions don't take this long, but I like to take these to do small research jumps so that you can get way better things when you come back within the first couple of easy missions. That way you can start doing some of the bigger ones like significantly faster.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it in World when I started my file. I was like, oh, slay 7 Jagras, I'm going up to the treetops, grabbing a bunch of garbage.
So something I like that World did that this game doesn't is slay 7 Jagras, is like the first mission you're given. For this one, it's again, just go out and get some herbs. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Or
Yeah, it's a little slower.
go and collect some mushrooms, or bring me 10 steaks. And it's like, oh, right?
And 10 steaks is like basically just go use the barbecue spit 10
Yeah, well, that's
times.
exactly what they want you to do, is go and use it 10 times.
I never use it in World.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
No, me neither. Lucky for us, though, we do have 10 on us right now. I'm almost positive, because the DLC gave us 10 steaks. So if we would do that one, we can finish it super fast.
Should I do the
Yeah, if you want to.
Hunter person. I forgot something super important. It's something called the Hunt of the Day. If you manage to hunt down a monster indicated by the Hunt of the Day, you pick up an extra reward. The Hunt of the Day quest is only available once. If you complete it, then poof, it's gone. Oh, but it's refreshed twice a day. Hunt of the Twice a Day.
Yeah.
You can check which monster's the Hunt of the Day and what the reward is at the quest counter or the quest board. Check your hunter's notes for the full lowdown. Anyway, here's all the questing action lined up for you today.
Okay. So if they have the one for meat, then we can do that. But I'm not actually seeing it, so it's not here. I guess they figured the people were going to figure it out. I'll do quest of the day in a second. Yeah, so here's the thing. They don't immediately tell you how to do that, but this is how you do that. So, so basically, I can switch to Prowler if I have an actual Prowler set up. But this is how you do it. You kind of do like you select that. You can select Palicos for your spaces. And you can take 2 of them with you at any given time. Mm-hmm. But if you want to do Prowler, then you have to go in and select Prowler as like... Because we've only got one cat, we can't do select Palico and select Prowler at the same time.
Are we allowed to get another cat yet?
Probably. We can probably do that. I wanted to talk to this guy because he was supposed to give us a cat anyway, and he didn't. You can use the... You can use the trader. Okay, from the comfort of your own home. Good news, meow? Meow, you don't need to go all the way back to the Palico Ranch. When y'all want to do a trade from your house, speak with me. Easy peasy, meow. Just another service I provide, and my goal to be the best housekeeper ever. Meow, can I help you today? So, Palico Dojo. And this lets you set it up so that Palicos can do, like, training when you are not taking them out. Okay. Because, and I can't stress this enough, World lets you have 1 Palico. This game lets you have, like, 40.
It's amazing.
And you can only take 2 of them with you at any given time. So you gotta kind of make sure that you know which one you want to take with you and deal with that kind of stuff.
All you have to do is tolerate the weird, like, item restrictions and pickaxes that break and all of that shit. And
but you get like 40
cats.
Right? Yeah.
And like 90 monsters.
Okay, he's just telling us about the insect glaive, and it's like, I don't care. I don't want that.
Say pancakes, and
Say
then hit
pancakes.
something with the hammer.
Yeah. Let's see. So the same kind of difference from World, where it's like, hey, look, there's the bone and the ore path, and then you also have petrified blade path, which is kind of just the Burna style weapons. I kind of don't like them. I am going to make this one because it's necessary eventually. And then... Let's see.
I think you were like a material short for the bone one.
Probably. I'm not that big a deal. I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal.
You're
right
not
now.
that big a deal.
I'm not that big a deal. Okay. This is something I kind of remember them doing that confused the hell out of me. Upgrade equipment in this game is different. You have to get levels of things like this in order to upgrade into different paths that they don't tell you until you get to those levels. And in order to get to the levels, you have to select the weapon and then upgrade it through that, which in our case would take iron ore and disc stone.
Like the ones you use in Monster Rancher?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A little bit. I think that's mostly unintentional.
Okay.
But it's a very weird system, and to be totally and completely honest with you, I'm starting to remember why it is that I didn't like Generation.
Well, you bought it anyways.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna not play it, so we're gonna do it for the channel. I'm just saying, like, I'm remembering why it is that I, like, originally put Generations down. Because they changed a bunch of things in the system, despite the game being pretty okay, honestly.
Can we see some armors?
Sure. I don't know if we have very many, but yeah.
Yeah, but if we can preview
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
then I want to.
So we can forge armor. You have to do it piece by piece, by the way. Yeah, this is traditional Monster Hunter style. It will show you what you look like on the left-hand side.
Can you zoom in?
Yes, I can. But I gotta... There we go. So it'll show you what you look like without you really having to click anything. But it'll only show you one piece at a time, so you gotta know what the hell you're doing. Leather armor is pretty cool. Chainmail headgear. The Burna turban, which I think is what we're wearing. And this.
Nice. Can we do that?
No.
Let's see. Oh, it needs Monster Bone L.
And Monster Bone L and Great Macau hide,
yeah.
unfortunately. Also, we don't have enough of the hide for the big ones to make this work.
Well, once we get that, we need to wear it for a little while.
Yeah, at least for a little bit. Chest pieces for these things are mostly exactly what you'd expect, to be honest. And there's no chest or anything else for the other parts. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it's just a mask.
It's just a mask. Arms, waistcloth. Oh,
wait a minute,
there was a weird one there. Is it the iron belt? It might be the iron belt.
It's just literally a belt.
Yeah. And then legs.